What's up, wonderful Earthlings? Thank you very much for clicking this video. Respect to yourself, man, and lots of love. You see, the silence in the morning has more hope and lots of expectations than the silence at night. You see, it's why you choose to begin every day and every morning with love and good vibes, so that you can have a wonderful day. You see. And we intend on spreading good vibes, love, peace, forgiveness, and honesty to humans across the whole world together by reacting to all types of videos. Good vibes, creepy, woke, you name it. All with the intentions of trying to unite earnings. Wait! Out of Africa with lots of good vibes. Kindly hit the like button. Tell us where you're watching from and watch till the end. Let's dive in.
How can I say this? This is strictly for entertainment purposes. I'm not saying that this is true. I'm saying what if? I'm just using my imagination. I don't believe that this is true. I'm just saying what if in a world full of ifs? What if what we're going to see on April 8th that is called a total solar eclipse is something else? What if? I want you to see this footage that I'm going to show you, and I want you to tell me, what does this look like? What does this look like is happening? And while I show you this footage, I'm going to also post some interesting facts about the speed of certain things. So I want you to pay attention to the speeds, the distance, and the speeds that are recorded of these entity solar celestial bodies. Okay? So without any further ado, let's go. All right. So here we go. A couple of things that I want you to notice and pay attention to is up here, the speeds. And something interesting happens to the speed. It picks up its speed, and it picks up the speed substantially, like so. Here we go. What does this look like, y'all? What does this look like to you? I'm gonna put up here the speed of the sun, the speed of the moon, and I want you guys to notice something very interesting about the numbers of the miles per hour concerning the speeds of the moon and the sun. You will see certain similarities, certain things within these numbers that you obviously know why these numbers are there. But what does this look like, y'all? And when you think about, this is for entertainment purposes only, when you think about hollow earth theory and stuff like that and the direction where this is traveling to, it's interesting to note, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, in fact that they already have this projection, that they have this simulation of what's going to happen with this, it just raises a lot of questions to me. It's like, an airplane taking off and it's flight path type style, you know what I'm saying? And maybe this is in between the sun and that's the projection's gonna give. Like, think about when an airplane flies across the sun, you can see the shadow of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting, really. Maybe I thought about it. Look at this, man. Some book here from the pastor who knows where. Just creepy. Look at this. What do you think are these that are drawn here on this book? Oh my god. Oh, there's also some creepy stuff inside the book. Looks like some test tube filled with something. What do you think this is? And then there's some key here that is drawn, something that resembles a key. Or maybe this book has some hidden knowledge to open some portals or some place. Huh? What do you think, man? Anyway, good people of us, thank you very much for watching up to this far, man. It's me, your girl, your host, Y311H, man, with lots of good vibes from Africa. And kindly, Help me spreading good vibes and love across the whole world by hitting the like button and leaving some comments there. You see, big up to all those guys in the comment section. Lots of love to everybody, man. You see, that way it's good, man. It's very nice seeing people communicate with one another from different parts of the world, and it's just incredible. You see, you can make this whole world village through there, the comment section, and someone from Mississippi can be commenting, and another one from Togo, or let's say even Russia. You see, it's a good vibes. People from everywhere. I mean, it can be just nice. Much love to everybody. Oh, you see, this book is like, to handle it, you must have some gloves. This is really creepy. Maybe the information in this book is too hot to handle. You see? Oh, look at the drawings. This is creepy, man. What do you think they wrote on this book that has lasted up to this far? Oh, what type of material is that?
Do you know what tribulation is? Yeah? Do you think it's happened yet? Well, I do. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you with your own eyes and the stars you see every night. Because I think we're living in a time where the stars already fell to the earth like figs dropping from a tree, just like it says in the Bible in Revelation 6:13. And if we're living in a time after the stars have already fallen to earth, then we're also living in a time where Satan has been loosed to deceive all the nations of earth. And what better way to deceive us than to not only fool us of where we live, but also when we live? Because when you look into it, there are a lot of records of stars falling from the sky in 1833 for hours upon hours upon hours. And yes, we still see stars in the sky, but could they be a deception from the enemy? Could they be Satan's tool to confuse us? You see, if you still think you live on a globe and you don't know there's water above us, above the firmament, you're going to have a hard time with this. But if you're a flat earther, continue to follow along.
Have a little look at what they were able to produce in a lab.
This star in a jar is made when a sound wave is passed through a small bubble inside a flask of liquid. And this sound wave makes the bubble do something remarkable. First it expands, then it collapses. And this collapse happens so violently that vapor molecules trapped inside the bubble slam together and heat up so much that the bubble gives off an incredible burst of heat and light, several thousand times a second, giving the appearance of a star.
I need you to keep that video in mind, and I'm going to come back to it in just a second. But first I need to show you, and if you haven't seen my videos before, this might be hard for you, but the fakeness of the world, the CGI of the world, the deception of the world, they have to put it right in plain sight. So how do they do that? They use dogs. They put dogs in things, kind of as a revelation of the method. So all the NASA smoke, all the nonsense of Tesla and space, they put little dog images, and I have found them. And I found them in the stars too, the real stars. I want you to follow this. And because I want you to be able to do this and prove it to yourself, go to YouTube, type in Nikon camera stars, and go to your very first one. That's what I did. So once you go to this video or any video of a star through a Nikon camera that's not NASA based, you go and you find these dog images. Here's one. They're literally all over. One in the corner here, little face. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. And they're not just random, and it's not like looking at a ink blot test. They're there because the stars are part of Satan's deception. So we don't realize when we are, and we don't realize that tribulation has already happened and we're in Satan's short season, and he's here to deceive us and turn our backs on God. He wants us to turn our backs on God. Look at that perfect dog face right there. Guys, I know this could be mind-blowing, unbelievable, but there are dogs in there because it's their revelation of the method that the stars aren't here. Because the stars, they're down here with us. The stars are angels, and there are fallen angels among us. And they're the stars, the movie stars. It's why they call them stars. It's literally truth right in plain sight. Movie stars. Stars are angels. Stars are fallen angels. And the fallen angels are here with us. They're these people. Watch this. They are literally undying beings down here with us. And they want to be worshipped. So the best way they can be worshipped is by being movie stars, because that's who, in today's society, that's who we worship. Look at these guys. You can find endless pictures of old pictures, and these aren't CGI, these aren't AI, these are actual pictures, and you can go verify that yourself. The stars are fallen angels, guys, and I know that's really, really tough for some people to wrap their heads around. But it's true, and they're here among us. And the stars up in the night sky are literally nothing more than technology, probably the sound waves being projected up there somehow, like that star in a jar, to keep us not knowing where we are and when we are. But once you know where and when, you know what's coming, and you know that the biggest thing to do is to focus on good and kindness and love and humility and God, and step away from all the evil. Step away from turning your back on God, because that's what Satan in his little season is all about, trying to turn souls away from God. And if you think all this is nonsense and I'm just doing it for views, well, go check out my Statue of Liberty post on how the Statue of Liberty is actually a giant statue of Lucifer, because this is Lucifer from 1797. And if you don't realize, the Satan and Lucifer worship is all over the place, with all the fallen stars doing this nonsense. So choose God, not Lucifer. Oh, and almost forgot. Of course, all of this was just for entertainment. I wasn't serious even for a second.
Huh. Good people of us, it's so time we love one another, you see. And these guys found the golden snake described, don't know, in the Bible. Look at this, man. This is some creepy stuff. How did these guys find it? Do you think they really found it, or they went and buried it, and then went now and dug it up, and now they did this? You see, humans are sometimes they can be very cunning. You see, but anyway, if we love one another and be honest and full of good vibes, just caring for your neighbors, you do for yourself. People can do incredible stuff. We can understand stuff. We can be sharing information honestly. You see, I know crazy stuff like this was that myself is the first time I'm hearing or seeing about. It's just surprising. You see, and you'll be able to understand. Was this some crown or what is this? This is crazy, man. And some stone wall there, some stone door with the key. Wow. How does that work?
We just came down on something pretty hard right there.
Using a core drill, they bored down and discovered something unexpected 11 feet down. Sand.
We're gonna be able to lower this down just like a snake
They lower a camera down to see what they've hit.
into the earth.
Nice and slow.
All right, here we go. Keep her steady. We're approaching the bottom.
Right.
About a... Whoa,
That's it.
that's shiny. That's stone. Holy, that is stone.
Are we on the top of the chamber?
The brothers may have just found the legendary secret room of the Goshen Tunnel.
Rick. Hey, guys.
Good.
to see you.
They bring their discovery to Rick Lynch.
Yes,
I heard you got some new news.
we do. I think you're gonna like it.
As a member of Jim Whittall's field team, Rick has been present at multiple excavations throughout New England. They hope that he can help them interpret their findings.
We decided to bring in a geoprobe.
Okay.
At 10 feet down, we hit something hard.
Oh my god. What do you think they came across?
Hey, if you yell and it don't get much worse than what's in front of me, I'll bring. Getting real low. So, came to a split actually. Huh. I could totally go this way. I'm gonna go that way. Oh man, I've been calling for about 30 minutes since I last saw him. And my lights are dying, so I can barely even see in front of me anymore. I hear them. Hey! Oh, heck yeah. You had enough of the crawl now? Dude, they kept going, but I can't do it. There's two good wall patches back here. That was it. Everything's kind of connecting back with this river, so I think we're just gonna head back out now. Hey, we made it back to the rope. Heck yeah. Holy! That's insane, guys.
Oh, that's crazy, man. All this madness that the world hide from you. Oh, man. You see? The reason for honesty? Yes. Yes. Oh, that it was indeed giants that built this stuff. Pyramids. That's allegedly. And there was some big horse like this one from the past. Look at the size of the leg compared to the size of someone's father back there. It's crazy. Even this one, what are these now? And these mountains here that look like giant tree stumps. Good people of Earth. What this stuff here on Earth and do you really think we know everything? You see, we should not be sharing information to one another. Honestly, because these things here that we see here and they are allegedly on Earth, they could even be told to people when they are growing up. You see, people could understand knowing what's around them. That way we could even be able to navigate and figure out stuff together as humans, you see. And it will just be good vibes like the way humans and animals interact. Like these good vibes people here with their dog, you see. And it's just incredible. Big up to yourself out there if you have some pet, whatever pet it is. Much love to yourself, you see. And even if you take good care of animals and are willing to just spoil them, give them something to eat, lots of love and respect to yourself. You're a wonderful soul, man. Just good vibes. So, look at this. Some good vibes guy here. They are chilling with their dog. This is nice. This is just wonderful. Really the good people of Earth. If you are watching there and you have a pet, why don't you tell us its name? You see? So they also think I bring a pet along. You see? We work on bringing something here. Even if it's a chicken, we shall be doing with it and it shall be good vibes. What pet do you have? A crocodile, a buffalo, or a frog? Leave some comment. Tell us and tell us if you also recognize this. Owner of large social network. That robot looks like one of them. And it's amazing to see it in this form. Look at it, man. Some robot that looks like someone that maybe we know or you know. You see? What does it resemble? Look at it, good people of Earth. Does it resemble anyone familiar to you? Leave some comment there. I mean, this technology stuff, these guys are now building robots that look like people. This is crazy. Look at this one here frowning. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, kindly watch it there. You see, there's more and interesting videos coming your way. Even more crazy videos that myself have not watched. You see, hit the like button, the super thanks there. And as we have always said there, try to grab something there in the merchandise shop. It will be of good value. Even if it's just a sticker, a good vibe sticker to put in your house or your car or just wherever you can put it, even on your pet's house. It will be good vibes, you see? These pets are very helpful and good vibes sometimes. But this one, they know how to feed themselves. And it's just great, man.
When we fly to Europe over the North Atlantic Ocean, we use a thing called the North Atlantic Tracks. It's the highways in the sky that get you from the US to Europe. And oftentimes they stack us 1,000 feet from other aircraft going in the same direction. This aircraft that you see here was 1,000 feet below us. We followed it all the way to Europe.
No, that's new
Little
stuff.
breadcrumb this morning. John 21 verse 6. Jesus said to them, "Cast the net on the right side of the boat and you will find some fish." It wasn't which side of the boat Peter fished. It was Jesus who made the difference. I can tell you, it's still Jesus who makes the difference. Whatever your disappointment, whatever your mess-ups, failures, mistreatments, or heartaches, you can trust Jesus to keep you fishing on the right side of the boat. Many blessings. Think about those words today. Bye.
What's going on with my body? You guys wanted to know an update. Look, first of all, if you guys haven't seen stuff like, for example, my elbows, look at this shit. Hold on one second. It's not just my elbows that are changing. Look, we got forearm stuff now. I don't know if I can, it pops out pretty far. My eyes, look, if I go totally in, you guys can see, look, normal eyes, right? And I'm not doing it, but when you toggle it, and people are like, hey, wait, first of all, so that you can see there's no, like, I don't know, contact or anything in there. Do you see? Nothing. No, but if I move it to the side, watch. Do you guys see that? It's crazy, right? I don't know, it's been going on for a while. If you guys haven't seen the rest of the updates on my page, check it out or look. But I have a whole real shapeshift series. If you guys want to see those changes, dude, we put it in a damn series. So click that, get the update. Stay tuned. I don't know what's gonna happen next.
Is that it? Oh my god. Crazy stuff, man. And this mysterious steel stuff was found in some place. Apparently no trace of who built it. In 2020, similar stuff have been seen. It remains unknown. There weren't even visible tracks near that stuff. What is that? And then there's this tree here that will make you question reality. You see? Because what are they doing? How are they shaped like this? What's up with the trees? And some of them from some place here is like they decided to bounce. You see? Oh my god, this is crazy stuff. Do you think the earth is mad or is not happy? What do you think? That's why we should connect more with nature. Treat even the animals and the trees around you with good vibes. You see? Oh, what is this guy getting from the tree? Looks like the gun from the tree or what's up? And then there's this. Oh, this is also crazy. What? What type of trees are these? You see, good people of Earth that know about these trees and geography stuff and wildlife. Is that normal?
See something crazy? Okay. Clean finger. Had a good rain last night. Now you're watching me, so watching. I'm not putting anything else on my. This is just the stuff that after it dried up after last night's rain. But it's magnetic.
Huh. Hiya! Look at this. Oh my god. This is very risky. Oh, some good vibes get from some place here. They are moving along the river with their boat here. You see, this is not. This is crazy, man. You see, humans can do crazy stuff. Oh my god. Can you imagine that this boat can pass like this in such a place with all those rocks and the people are just safe? The driver of this stuff must be very experienced. Or how does it work? You see, now an experience like this one myself in the water can be really shocking to me. You see, oh, look at this, all this water and people are navigating using the boat there, and the shows are not far. Hey, in a situation like this, I would just tell these people to give me a minute so that alight. I can walk there, you see, across the edges of the river because I see these stones. You can walk on the stones there and board the boat where there is no this chaos in the water. Oh, you see, and this chaos boat can capsize or something like that. What do you think? Or how does it work? You see, the only myself have not seen such a big rivers with stones like this. No, I'm surprised how it really works. You see, do you mean you just have to move with on the water like that? You can walk or you make a bridge or this is crazy, man. This is a lot of risk. You see the time that these good vibes guys have taken from that point up to that point. It's a lot of time. You see, if they were walking, they could have been to the other side. You see? Yeah, it's good vibes, man. Thanks for watching up to
Let's
this
see if
part.
we can fit all the inconsistencies of the globe Earth model and narrative into one video. And just so everyone knows, I'm not a globe earther or a flat earther. I have no idea what the shape of the Earth is. Before we get started on this long list, I'd like to remind everyone it's really important for us to ask questions. It's the lack of asking questions by the Commonwealth that has got us into the situation that a bunch of people think they can lie to us all the time about everything. And because I already know what kind of responses and comments we're going to get on this video, I'd like to remind everybody, if you have the answer to a question, if you're informed and a decent human being, if somebody asks a question about flat Earth, you should be able to just answer the question with your science and your logic and not insult the person's intelligence and walk away. Understand that just makes you look like a person who's pretending they know what's going on. And just understand that anybody who thinks they're on the side of science by being an arrogant jerk about it, just remember that Carl Sagan and Richard Feynman would be absolutely ashamed of you. So let's start with the inconsistencies that brought me into the debate the first time, and that is that NASA lies. It's not a debate, it's not speculation. NASA is lying to us all the time. People talk about the space station, how that's proof that we live on a globe Earth. But how many times have those astronauts been hung up on strings to make it look like they're floating in the space station? Does it mean the space station's not real? Not necessarily. But is it weird that they're faking that they're floating in space? Absolutely. And they're lying to us. So how many more things are they lying about? Next, how is it possible that the mathematically calculated weight of the Earth is 6.6 sextillion tons? The Earth is going 66,600 miles around the sun, and it is on a 23.4 degree tilt. And off the other side of the 90-degree angle, that's 66.6 degrees. It is a very, very strange and astronomically improbable coincidence that all three of those measurements have 666 in the beginning. But if you were creating a false narrative based on the biblical revelations, you would do that and give a little wink to the few people who could see past the details. Up next is the rainbow. Understand that the rainbow is a projection from a prism. This nonsense about rainbows being shaped like that because of the shape of raindrops is absolutely ridiculous. The rain is not the prism. The rain is the screen. Even if the rainbow was being projected through the rain, it wouldn't be shaped like each individual raindrop. It doesn't make any sense. It'd be shaped like the entire prism of the sheets of rain. And since all sheets of rain take on different shapes, it's impossible that the rainbow is being created by the rain. The real answer is the rainbow is always there. We just can't see it until the rain comes down and creates a visible sheet. It's like projecting a hologram. You need some sort of medium for the hologram to hit so that you can see it.
The rainbow is shaped like a bow or a circle, depending on who you talk to, because it's being projected from a convex prism. The light is bouncing off of some solid medium way up there that is shaped like a convex, which is basically the only way that you could consistently reproduce that rainbow shape over and over again all the time. What's next? The fact that people aren't allowed to go to Antarctica. Why wouldn't people be allowed to go to Antarctica? You can climb Everest, that's dangerous. There are no people zones and no fly zones all over Antarctica. Why? Then there are those flight patterns where you have to do crazy different detours on planes in order to avoid the South Pole. And then there's Admiral Byrd's testimony, a credible military officer, who said that when you fly past Antarctica, you get to new land, fresh water, green grass, and trees. And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Well, this doesn't prove that the globe doesn't exist, that the sphere doesn't exist. No, but it proves that they're lying to us about a bunch of things that would appear to be hiding a different shape or different sized Earth. It seems like they're trying really hard to convince us of their cosmology, and they are constantly getting caught in lies. That's not speculation. They have lied so many times. And how about the satellites? Well, if satellites can go into orbit and spin around the Earth, then why are so many of them attached to balloons and brought to the upper atmosphere? The issue again here is that when we ask these types of questions, we don't get good answers. I have never had anybody tell me why some satellites are on balloons and some satellites they put out into orbit. You'd think if you could get a satellite into orbit and it stays up there for a really long time, why would you do all the logistical pains and extra equipment to put a satellite on a balloon and float it across the sky, have it land, and put it back up? And you'll still have people say that those satellites don't exist with the balloons on them, except we saw one fly over Montana last year. And now we have pictures and videos of them launching these satellites attached to balloons at some really cold place, probably Antarctica, probably one of the reasons we're not allowed to go there. So we know these types of satellites exist, but we have to ask ourselves, why do they exist? If we can just put them all up. I mean, Elon's launching satellites all the time. It's not like they don't have enough technology and means to get them all up there. No, I mean, they have tons of rockets sending them up all the time. So why are we using balloon-powered satellites? You know, and then there's tons of videos of pilots saying that they never have to course correct for the globe and that it's always flat. Are all those pilots in on some... And there's the videos of all the pilots saying that, yeah, the Earth is flat. They never have to course correct for the globe. It always goes in a straight line. Are all those pilots part of some wacky conspiracy to get views on the internet? I think it's highly unlikely. And once again, I'd like to remind you, I'm not a flat earther or a globe earther. I think there's a decent amount of evidence to suggest that the Earth should be a sphere. But then again, there's also a decent amount of evidence that they've been lying about a bunch of stuff to prop up that theory. My biggest issue is, why is it so hard to have this conversation? Why does it have to always get so nasty? Why is flat Earth and globe Earth right up there with pro-life and pro-choice? We used to be able to just talk about cool stuff and imagine and wonder. And now you got a giant majority of the population who are just bullies that are constantly trying to make fun of you for asking questions. Normal, reasonable, rational questions. And most of them are keyboard warriors that are pretending they have PhDs in astrophysics. It's really pathetic. It's pathetic that we are punishing people for having open minds and asking interesting questions and trying to see the world in the truest way possible. Which again only makes you look guilty as sin, as if you're trying to cover something up. Because if you were confident in what you believed in and you understood what was happening, you just explain it. You just answer the question. And don't get me wrong, it's not everybody being a jerk. There's some people out there that'll say, oh, actually, I think this is how it works, and da-da-da-da-da. That's what we need. We need more Carl Sagans. We need more Richard Feynmans. We need more modest, humble, intelligent people who have done the study and done the research and are more than happy to educate the public. At the end of the day, it's about compassion. It's about chilling out and letting people have interesting, strange ideas. If you only understood how many philosophers, scientists, and freethinkers tried to see the world in a new way throughout history and were punished severely, only for us to find out, sometimes centuries later, they were right. You might be a little more lenient when someone asks you a strange and uncomfortable question about something you thought you knew everything about, but the question itself brings into question what you believed.
Oh, that's interesting, man. Just give people a chance to be themselves.